Hey everybody, welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be here. Yes, still back at work. That's a beautiful thing. Got my VectorVest shirt on, VV Nation on the bottom. I need to take it off so you can see it, but there it is. Hashtag VV Nation. Always remember to use the hashtag VV Nation on social media so that people know who we are. In the background, I got Joey. Joey is here. Say hi. Oh, I don't know if they can hear you, but I can hear you. We were just talking about how great Duke was. Yeah, great basketball game this weekend. Yeah, he's going boo. But great basketball game this weekend. Duke beat up North Carolina. Joey's a North Carolina fan. He's a fan of the wrong blue, but that's okay. I still love him nonetheless. Great basketball game. Got beat up good. Badger's here. Hi, Tom. I'm glad to see you here. Everybody who can hear me, if you can hear me, please respond in the room, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I'm coming across loud and clear. Not only that, make sure you let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to see where our reach is across the world, not just the United States and Canada, but across the world. Look at that. I'm from Ixtapa, Mexico. Oh, I've never been there. Actually, I've never been to Mexico. I need to go to Mexico. I've never been. I have. I've been to. What's the word that I'm looking for? Tijuana. I've been to Tijuana. I have. Why? Because I'm a Marine. So I've been to Tijuana. Tijuana. All right. That's as far in Mexico as I've ever been. So I got Pinehurst, North Carolina. Welcome, RF Womack. I got Texas. Raul is here. JB, how do you buy today? I got Canada. Nice. I got Eton here. I know I've seen that name. From Israel. Excellent. Shamori's from South Africa. Cartels will welcome you warmly on the beach. You talk about in Tijuana? I've been to Tijuana. New Yorker. How you doing, Hosea? All right. Is that you moving crypto? Joey Mash is asking, is Joey moving crypto? Yeah, Joey doesn't know anything about crypto.
Yeah, I'm moving it.
He knows nothing about crypto. I still own some crypto, but it's very little money in it, and it's just about. Brent, I got you. Brent, I got you. All right, so got people that just want to get right to it, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. If you're new to Midday Market, what do we do here? We talk about what's going on in the market today. All right, so we'll look at some news that's hit the market. I'm going to show you where the money is going in the market. We're going to talk a little bit about market timing, any daily trade. We'll see if there's anything that we can take advantage of today. We will definitely take a look at it. And I won't look at individual stocks for the most part. Let's concentrate on what is going on today rather than looking at your own individual stocks. Anything I can make daily gains on. I just lost 50 on Peloton. Oh, guess what? We're going to talk about Peloton. We're going to definitely talk about Peloton. All right. I know a lot of people are talking about Peloton. I got some news. I got some interesting news in regards to Peloton and why it's moving. All right, let's get into the VectorVest software. And this is where the rubber meets the road, right here from a market timing perspective. In the VectorVest software, we can gather a lot of great information from right here. All right, one thing that I didn't say in the beginning, if you're brand new to the channel, we'd love for you to hit the subscribe button. If you like the content that you're seeing here today, hit the like button and also hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when our live streams come out, because we have a live stream today. We have 2 on Thursday. Patrick does a mobile app presentation live stream on Thursdays. I do Trending Thursday on Thursday as well. So those are at least 3 weekly live streams that we do. Hit the subscribe button as well. Why did Facebook drop $100 in one day in February? A lot of things were going on. And Brent, I talked about that in Trending Thursday. So last week, I did talk about that. So it's not only what we do here on Mondays, but on Thursdays, we get a lot of content, and we put out weekly videos as well. We've put a lot of content out here on the YouTube channel, so please support it. Looking at the market today, here's our traffic light into the market, a lot of yellow. The primary wave now has gone from up to down. Over the last 6 trading days, this is the first down day in the primary wave. What does that mean? It means just hold on, buddy. Just keep your stirrups on. Is that what they call them, Joey? It's stirrups? Do you know? That's cowboyish. I think it's stirrups.
Yeah, that sounds.
Huh?
Sounds right.
It sounds right. All right. Keep your stirrups on. Right now, VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. We give guidance every day on what you should be doing. I'm looking at today slightly more stocks going up compared to going down from Friday's close, and from today's open, a little bit of a roller coaster ride when it comes down to stocks advancing compared to declining. Right now, the market's pulling back a little bit, and there's a lot of things still going on in the background of the market. Inflation's still an issue. Jobs picked up bigly last week. I talked about that on Trending Thursday as well. A lot of jobs picked up last Thursday. We'll see what happens this week, if it's going to go back and forth. And of course, the big story is going to be interest rates, when they're going to start raising interest rates and by how much and how many raises are going to go up. There's a lot. So between inflation and interest rates, there's still a lot of trepidation in the market. And the best thing that you can do is just take what the market gives to you. On a day like today, slightly more advances to decliner. Today is more of a volatile day, as I can see, intraday with the advance to decliners. I'm looking at the quick list of all of the major indices. Only major index that's up is the VectorVest composite, which is an indexed arithmetic average of over 9,126 stocks. That's the movement of what we feel the broad market. Now, the Dow is down 21 points. Everything is down today, but not gangbuster. And the big move to the downside, the biggest move to the downside right now is the NASDAQ, and it's only down 0.3%. All right, it's only down 0.3%. So as we look at these things, today is one of those days that if you can find a stock to get on, you do, but it's probably more of a short-term trade. What do you do with the stocks that you currently own? You manage those trades and make sure you have tighter stops on them, because anything can happen. We had a little bit of a rebound in the market. It looked like the market was going to take off. It was time for bottom fishing after the market showed a lot of blood in the streets, and stocks were still at bargain prices. They still are. We had a little bit of a rebound, but not a real bottom fishing opportunity where the market took off. So we're still in that level of sort of kind of looking for a bottom. Here's our MTI sitting at the level of 0.62. When it's sitting at level of 0.6, the market's looking for a bottom. And when the buy to sell ratio is sitting at a level of 0.20, the market still is looking for a bottom. So the market is still at that level. We had the rebound, but never really took off. It is what it is, and you learn to take what the market gives to you. So before we get into anything, let's start to talk about what's going on. Where can we find stocks for a trade today? So we're looking at the top sectors on our homepage. What's the biggest moving sector right now? Out of the top 5 sectors, insurance. It's only up about 0.2%, but could it give us an opportunity to find something to get into? I'm going to right-click and view the stocks in that sector. Let's move this over. And then I'm going to sort this list of stocks. I'm going to take this from 30 down to 5. There's 132 stocks in this sector. It's up about 0.2% today. Let's take a look at these 132 stocks sorted by percent price change, and let's see what stocks are moving this sector higher. There's 5 of them. Well, the top 5, all of them are up in excess of 3%, almost 3% here. A couple of them are sell recommendations. It makes them a little bit more aggressive or speculative trades. All of them have positive earnings and positive earnings growth rate. These are in the insurance sector, and that's where money is going today. I'm going to take the top 4, right-click, view on a stock graph. Let's go put this on a 3-month graph. All right, let's go put this on a 3-month graph, and let's go put these on my quad thingy. And let's go put on the quad thingy. Let's take a look at these. So this is a sector that's moving Actually, I should put these. Let me change that. Put this on for today. Intraday 5-minute bars current day. Let's take a look. AAME ain't feeling it. It may be up today, but it ain't trading, so I'm not feeling it. I need a stock that's not only moving up, but's got some volume. Look at RGA. I'm looking at a 20-period exponential moving average. Let me just double check that. Yep, it's a 20-period exponential moving average. Notice that all day it's been above. Pulling back right now, it's got a level of resistance at 116. If I'm going to think about taking this because the sector is moving today, I'd go 12 cents higher than the high as a trade today. But the stock is steadily moving up, just consolidating right now, right at that 20-period exponential moving average. I like the move. Bottom left, top right, good volume. Good volume. Let's go down to BRP. Sounds like somebody just belched. Brr. All right, so we'll hit that. Notice that BRP had a big wick at the top at the open this morning. A lot of selling pressure. The stock has since consolidated, bouncing off a level of support. I probably wouldn't take this unless it stayed above the 20-day exponential moving average, preferably broke above the high on good volume. Glenn, will I make big money on cardio therapeutics? I don't know. I can never tell you that. I don't speculate, my friend. I don't do that. I don't do that, Lucas. I do like HMN as well. Bottom left, top right. A little consolidation right now. What's the high? 41.32. I'd look to get in at 12 cents higher than the high. So out of this sector, and right on the homepage, out of this sector, I like RGA and I like HMN in that insurance sector as possibility of a day trade today, but let the trade come to you. From the morning, both of these stocks have been above the 20-day exponential moving average. As we get into the current market's conditions right now, they're both consolidating, but still right very close to those levels of resistance. So, Glenn, how do you evaluate bottom fishing candidates? So, when I'm looking for a bottom fishing candidate, I'm looking for a stock that's been beaten up a lot. All right? It's been beaten up a lot. So a big way for us to find a bottom fishing candidate is to look for stocks that have RTs way below 1. That constitutes a beaten up stock. And from that perspective, those are stocks that I'm looking for the perspective of bottom fishing. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. And Lucas, you got to look at it on a graph in order to determine whether or not. Now look at Burp. I like this bounce off of support, and I like this now movement up through the 20-day exponential moving or 20-period exponential moving average. I need to see volume follow behind it. So just from the home page, we've got an idea of a couple of stocks for a day trade today. All right, so let's get into my viewers tab. Let's go over to the indices for midday market. I always like to see what's going on from the main indices, but I always want to look at what happens with lower dollar stocks like the Russell 2000, up today pushing about 0.2%. And how about the VIX is up 1% today? So normally when the VIX is up, that's the volatility on the S&P 500, that helps to denote that there's fear in the market. Normally when that happens, the market overall is moving down. But notice that the Russell 2000 is pushing up 0.2%. So the volatility is there, but people are still getting into the low dollar stocks. Why? Because the market has been so beaten up that people are willing to get on into risk on stocks, right? They're still in that bottom fishing mentality. So lower dollar stocks, Russell 2000 stocks that have been beaten up are still moving up today, even though the volatility on the S&P 500 is going up. So now let's go over to the graphs. And on midday market, I want to look at all of the major indices and track them real time intraday to see what's going on. Here's the Dow. The Dow is in a big channel all day today. All right, this is today's activity from 9:30 this morning, looking at intraday 5-minute bars. I've got a solid level of support sitting at the value of 35.027. And look at that. Beautiful level, currently below the 20-period exponential moving average, and it's just consolidating. The Qs, consolidating below the 20-day exponential moving average. Our VectorVest composite, consolidating, sitting below the 20-period exponential moving average. In the S&P 500, consolidating, sitting below the 20-day exponential moving average. So what does that mean for you today? Today, if you can find, just like those two stocks I just looked at in that sector, stocks that are moving, put your orders in to make sure that the stock is moving in the direction that you want before you pull the trigger. Don't put in a market order. Please, folks, don't do that, because you can set yourself up for failure right from the beginning. All right, so keeping that in mind, looking at what's going on in all the markets across the board, be careful. Today is one of those days that you are very, 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 very careful. All right, will the buying opportunities be there? Yes, but let's do one other thing. I'm going to open up just the VectorVest market timing graph. There's the VVC. All right, remember that. Looks at the movement of over 9,000 stocks from the market open. Folks, that's the market. If you're going to try to play a positive bullish play, folks, the direction of the market affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. Now, what do I like? Well, I like that right now, intraday, we found a level of support, but we're consolidating. And we've been doing a lot of that consolidation all morning long. It makes it tough. Look at that. Makes it tough to start to try to buy stocks today when the market wants to consolidate, then pull off. Market went bouncing off of this level of support. Let's go put me back here. All right. Market found a level of support right here. And look at that. Sitting in another lower channel. So the market's direction is definitely pulling lower today. If you're looking for those day trades, be very careful. You want to make sure you're playing on the right side of the market. All right, hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So those are the indices. Let's go to news. What stocks are making news? People were saying, what's going on with Peloton? Well, Peloton is ripe to be bought. So let's go. It's in my listing of news stocks. Let's go bring up my news stories. Okay. Big news, Frontier to buy Spirit Airlines for $2.9 billion, low-cost carrier deal. Interesting in that low-cost carrier deals, Allegiant beat earnings last week. All right, not only did Allegiant beat earnings, they've got an order in with Boeing, so one stock helping another stock. Allegiant's got an order in with Boeing for 50 of the 737 Air Maxes. That's good for Boeing, and that could be good for Allegiant. Talking about low-cost carriers. But Frontier to buy Spirit. All right, what else is going on? Toshiba now plans to split into two, bumps up shareholder return targets. So, you know, when a company is as big as it is, like Amazon, and Amazon did what? They did a split so that gets more people into the stock. A lot of what companies try to do is try to make more money with what they have. And Toshiba is big enough that they can split into more than one company and give people more return on the money. So that's an interesting story. Here it is. Peloton shares today are up. Why? Potential takeover talks. But here's why a deal might not happen. I'm not worried about the story. Right now, let's go take a look at the stock. And here's the other side of it. Peloton could be bought by Apple to boost healthcare initiatives. In my opinion, that was big story. That was a big story because I look at my Apple Watch, I look at my phone, I track my health on my Apple Watch. I'm sure that the government is tracking me. Government knows who I am anyway. I'm a former Marine. They can find me where I probably got some kind of freaking chip inserted somewhere in my arms or something. They want to track all the Marines. Why? Because we're mean, lean, killing machines, baby. Hoorah! All right, anyway, so I'm thinking that this could be good for Apple, but this is just news. This is just news. All right, so, but I'm putting it out there. So if anybody is wondering why Peloton is moving up, I think it is a prime candidate. They put out a great product. And it was number one, still up there as a leader in the industry, especially when COVID hit and people were buying these machines. Then they had the bad PR with the treadmills. And right now they're slowing down on the production of the devices because nobody's buying them. All right. How many of you think that Peloton puts out a good product? Type of 1. How many of you don't think Peloton puts out a good product? Type of 2. All right. I'm just curious to know. All right. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Notice, Tim, I said former, not X. Notice I said former, not X. Because once a Marine, always a Marine. Oorah to that. Absolutely. Fight Light 10th Mountain 82nd Airborne. Roger, thank you for your service. I think personally that Peloton does put out a good product, but a lot of you I think you guys got a case of the Mondays, and you're just sitting in the background. Folks, get pumped up. You know something? I'm going to use my Michigan cup so that I can drink. So I got my Duke cup and my Michigan cup to drink my Cafe Bustelo. Amazon split. I thought it was Google. Was it Google? My fault, Ron. That was my fault, Ron. It was Google. It was Google. All right, my fault. All right, so we'll take a look at that in a second, Martin, the cost of Peloton. This is another good story. I don't want this ad. Move that. Why do, sigh. Why does that happen? Move. Oh, yeah. Stop seeing this ad. Yes. Okay, good. Really? Boyd Gaming. Wow, Joey, how do I get rid of this? Not interested in this ad.
Yeah, try clicking on that again. Yeah. Try refresh.
Hit refresh. Okay. Wow. All right. This is another stock, especially with the Super Bowl coming up. I did a story last week. It was it was Trending Thursday, gaming or leisure stocks. Stocks to keep your eyes on. Boyd Gaming delivers fourth quarter beat and resumes dividend, shares up 6.5%. I'm telling you, these stocks, the legal benefit, MGM, Caesars, Boyd, FanDuel, DraftKings, these are stocks to definitely keep your eyes on. So, and they beat earnings. So that was a good thing. And the last one is Netflix stopped multiple headwinds ahead. So Netflix missed earnings. Why? Because they're losing folk. And then right after that, they said, oh, by the way, folks, we're going up on your subscription. Why is that not going to be an issue for Netflix? Anybody want to tell me why? All right, before I ask that question, how many of you are going to cancel your Netflix? Type of 1. How many of you are still going to keep your Netflix? Type of 2. I'm keeping my Netflix, and I've got an answer as to why I should see a lot of 2s. I'm just kidding, and I'm going to tell you my reasoning in a second. Let me see. A lot of people. There's a mixture here. I'm looking at the 2s compared to the 1s. There's a lot of people. All right, so let me tell you why I think people are not going to cancel their Netflix. How many of you are hooked on a series on Netflix that you just almost can't be without? Type of me in the room. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people saying they are going to cancel. Now I'm seeing numbers of a lot of people are going to cancel. The reason why I think Netflix is going to be okay is because of content. I think that they still are the number one. There it is. Ozark is a good one, Chris. I'm thinking that Netflix has created enough people. Oh, Marion, thank you for the subscription. Enough people have gotten on board and locked in to something on Netflix that they just don't want to be without. It's becoming their routine action. I'm with that. So just wanted to know where your heads were, but that's my 2 cents in regards to Netflix. And I think on Ozark will be ending, is it? And even Seinfeld. Is Seinfeld on Netflix? Wow. Amazon Prime subscription. Everybody's going to, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu. Hulu is going, all of them. Why? Because they can. Because they've got America and everybody really tapped in to the content. And that's their job. Their job is to put out content that you can't be without. And that's why these streaming companies can raise. Now, I got Disney. Planet Wireless says I canceled Disney. Man, I got cable, I got Disney, I got Netflix, I got it all. And my wife is like, why don't you just cancel some of them? I'm like, because as soon as I do, you're gonna be like, oh, we need that. So I probably pay a mortgage just on streaming. I really do. I'm trying Amazon Prime, and I'm surprised it is good. Amazon, all of them are good, and that's their job. Their job is to be good so that when it comes time to raise prices, that you won't balk at it. All right, so those are my stocks that made the news, and they're all here in my list, starting from Apple, because that's got the best combination of value, safety, and timing. Boyd Gaming, I'm telling you folks, these leisure gaming stocks, you really got to keep your eyes on. Spirit and Frontier, that's on. Frontier is buying Spirit, so big move on Spirit Airlines. Netflix, a little bit of a hit today, huh? And then Peloton, big move. I saw Peloton is up as much as 25% today. All right, so I'm going to sort this by percentage price change. Peloton, we know, has gotten smoked. With the bad PR and just they've gotten killed. Negative earnings growth rate. It's moving up today. This is news driven. This is not a stock that I would say that you need to keep here forever and ever. Marion says, speaking of content, enjoying yours and learning more about the market. Thank you so much for that, Marion. If you haven't already, folks, don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Tell me that you like what you see here, and don't forget to also hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. All right, let's take a look at the top four. The top four movers out of the news. All right, the top four movers out of the news. Right-click, view the stock graphs. Let's see if the news is worth it, as these may be good trades or not. Let's go bring me on to the quad thingy. All right, let's go take a look at these. Intraday, 5-minute bars, current day. Peloton, big news jump, boom. What is it doing? Falling and currently below the 20-day exponential moving average, the 20-period exponential moving average. Notice that it had a gap, and it started fading the gap. So even though it was news that someone could be buying it, it couldn't hold up. It couldn't hold up. Spirit Airlines is buying Frontier. Spirit is buying Frontier, right? No, Frontier is buying Spirit. Here's Frontier. Here's Spirit. You know, I was looking at the prices of these. Somebody wanted to know the price of Peloton. It's trading at $28. I was looking at the price. These are pretty even. These are pretty even in price. It's double the price. Frontier is buying a company that's twice its cost, twice its price. Very interesting. Usually you buy, somebody buys a company, it's a big company, buys a smaller company. But this was just interesting. Nonetheless, Frontier and both Save are moving sideways. Boyd Gaming, I like the bounce off support. I like the run up above the 20-day exponential moving average. From a day trade perspective, would like to see it break above the high that happened after 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 40 minutes into the market open. These are 5-minute bars. About 40 minutes into the market open, let's see if it can take that out on good volume. But the airlines, I think this will just play itself out. This will definitely play itself out. But the Peloton was just noise. It was just noise. All right, so we'll see what happens with it. All right, let's move on to my next section. What's my next section? Earnings for this week. Man, there's so much earnings coming out. OMG, there's so much earnings. I saw Rave. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and subscribing. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. So many stocks coming out with earnings. When do you have time to watch all that? Peter, man, it's all about you guys. I'm all about making sure I got the energy and the news for you guys. And then to look at all of the stuff that I have, I make time for that. I make time for that. And I still play Call of Duty. Man, Joey was playing Call of Duty last night, and he wouldn't let me join his group. He was playing. You were playing war. You were playing something else, Joey. Tom Clancy. What were you playing yesterday, Joey?
Warzone.
No, it said that you were playing Ghost Recon.
That ain't me.
It was you. I know who you are. Well, anyway, I tried to join you, and he wouldn't let me. I was like, wow. That's what friends are for. Wow. Thanks, buddy. Anyway, all of these are stocks that have earnings either coming out tonight or going into either Thursday or Friday. There were so many stocks. Last week it was like that as well when I put this list together for you. And this week it was as well. It looks like we're getting hot and heavy into earnings season. So I put it, the majority of the names that you see here are names that you know. All right, so these are stocks that have earnings coming out this week. This is what I always like to tell you from an earnings perspective. Any of these stocks that you own, look at the relative safeties. All right, let's meet at the island in Warzone. Oh, Mir, don't start none. Ooh-wee. We can get us a Warzone clan coming out of VV Nation. Joey, that would be kind of hot, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That would be kind of hot to have a Warzone clan coming out of VV Nation. That would be kind of interesting. All right. So out of all of the stocks that are reporting, I always like to say, look at the relative safeties on these stocks. Relative safety looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, earnings. All right. Stocks that have high relative safety are stocks that consistently meet or exceed earnings expectations. Now, as we've seen just in the last week, and it's not something that we don't already know, that a stock can beat earnings and miss revenues or miss guidance or have bad guidance and still go down in price. So my indicator of relative safety shows you the stocks that have a high probability of beating earnings. I've got no indicator for forward guidance. So I want to keep that in mind. So if these are any stocks that you own, the stocks that have a relative safety above 1 have a high probability of meeting or exceeding earnings expectations. How about Peloton? Very low chances from a relative safety perspective that it's going to meet or exceed earnings. How about Las Vegas stocks? Win. Low probability. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not going to meet or exceed earnings, but by way of this indicator, it tells me that it's got a lower probability. All right. How about Terry's in for Warzone? Amir is in for Warzone. Man, that'd be kind of cool. All right. So these are stocks that have earnings coming up this week. Let's see what's moving today. With the exception of Peloton and Save, because we already looked at those. We'll look at Lyft, MGM, a drug stock, Vaxart, and Uber. Both Uber and Lyft report this week, and they're moving up today. So, let's go view the stock graph. Let's go see. Let's go put on my quad thingy. And wow. Remember I talked about Boyd Gaming? I'm telling you, keep your eyes on those stocks. Look at MGM. Look at that. Jamie Foxx does the commercial for the betting for MGM. JB Smoove does the commercials for Caesars betting. But look at that. Even on today, let's do a freehand line. Look at that. I'm telling you, and we're getting into the weekend coming into the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, these are stocks that you definitely want to keep your eyes on. I'm telling you. All right. Today, it moved up. It gapped up. Did it gap up? Yep, it gapped up, never faded the gap, and look at the upward trend. I like it if it can take out that high. Uber and Lyft, both of those are consolidating. Vaxart, which is a coronavirus possibility, a little bit of consolidation as well. All right, but these are stocks that have earnings either starting today or going into Friday. And I want you to keep your eyes on those relative safety values if you're trying to hold them through earnings. All right. Let's go to my next section, which is the fastest sectors. So we looked at the homepage. The homepage showed us the top 5 sectors in the database, starting with petroleum, all the way down to insurance. But we moved over to which sector was moving today, right? So from the Unisearch tool, I'm going to go down to Search is Prudent. I'm going to go over to, what am I doing? That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to a delta search. That's what I'm doing. Let's go to a delta search. Delta search is sectors. And let's do a 10-day RT delta. Now, what this is going to tell me is by way of our relative timing indicator, which sectors are our movers and shakers, which sectors are on the rise. As a matter of fact, I just did a video on it on Friday. I just did a video on utilizing the best sectors and gave you some stocks from those sectors. Now, this is interesting. Look at drug sector. It's up over 21% over the last 2 trading weeks. That's where money is going. Transportation is up over 20%. Notice that the top 5 movers and shakers over the last 2 weeks are up in excess of 15%. Now, I look at drug is up over 20%. We rank 41 sectors. Where does drug sit? It is the worst sector in the software, but it's moving up in excess of 21% over the last 2 weeks. This is how you stay on top of the best sectors. If you haven't seen the video from this past Friday, you need to go check it out. I show you this process and give you 5 sector busting stocks to keep your eyes on. All right, so drug up over 21%. Up over 21%. Let's go view the stocks in that sector. All right, and let's go bring up the top 5. Here we go. Let's look at them today. So it's up over 21% over the last 10 days, which means they're moving. Out of 911 stocks in that sector, let's see which ones are moving up the most today. Ooh. This makes you want to just, whew. All right. Some of these are penny stocks. I don't want them. So let's do this. Let's go down to 30. Some of these are penny stocks and I don't want them. I got these still sorted by percentage price change. I need a stock that's at least $5 or more. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. These stocks are all up, and I did cherry pick to make sure they were at least $5 or more. Let's take a look at them. So this sector is up nicely. Wow. These sectors are up nicely over the last 2 weeks. Even though it's the worst sector, look at these stocks. Ooh, you want some trade ideas for today? Good. Googly muggly, baby. How cool is this? For those of you who thought that this was super easy, type of 1 in the room. For those of you who found this super easy and super useful, type of 1 in the room. If you could have done better on your own, type of 2 in the room. Yeah, I want to see where your head's at. That was super easy to do, and you want some day trading opportunities today? Even with the market doing what it's doing today? How cool is that? So what am I looking for? So why, Rave, you put a 3. What does that mean? Look at these stocks, nicely off the 20-period exponential moving average, nicely moving up. I would look at 5 cents higher than the high. ADGI, 5 cents higher than the high. EXAI, pretty much just consolidating CPRX, 5 cents off the high. I love that. And you know something again, it is the worst sector in the database, but running this RT Delta is just an amazing thing to always find the opportunity to know where to be. All right, if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest system and you're here on YouTube, we give you an opportunity to take advantage of this kind of analysis for 99 cents for 30 days. Go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. This kind of analysis that I just did, you can have access to for 30 days for 99 cents. And folks, if this was worth your time to even come here today, hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, and beyond that, by all means, I still invite you to subscribe to the channel. All right. So that was just really kind of cool to be able to see what's rocking and rolling. And you can do that whenever you want to do that. All right. Let's go to industry ETFs. I always want to see where the money's going. All right. So I have a lot of different industries, materials, real estate, gold, consumer staples, copper, energy, Brent, healthcare. I want to see where the money is going today. All right. Roger says, JP, I got you. Oh, Lord, have mercy. You guys are just amazing. But I'll go look at JPM. You want to look at Pfizer. I'm going to give you an opportunity to look at stocks today. Those are the two. What's up, Energy? Energy follows me on my social media on Twitter. If you ever do want to follow me on social media, go look for @GlennTompkins Jr. on either Twitter or Instagram. I am on both. And I post stuff outside of what I do here on VectorVest on my social media as well. Where's the money going today? Let's go sort this by percentage price change. Energy. Energy is up overall. These are all ETFs. These are all looking at specific industries. All right. Energy, consumer staples is up about 0.25%. Financial, and I still think that the financials are going to be the big beneficiary of interest rates rising. All right. Keep your eyes on XLF. All right, keep your eyes on XLF. I got you. All right, but the money is focusing today. It is not rotating. It is really, because not a lot of industries are rocking and rolling today. The biggest mover is energy. All right, I got nothing on the fly. I always like to give you some speculative plays. All right, how many of you are speculative people? How many of you have a speculative portion of your portfolio? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you have a speculative portion of your portfolio? How many of you stay away from speculative stocks, type of 2? How many of you will stay clear away from speculative stocks, type of 2? I think that everybody should have a small portion of your portfolio, small portion, that's got some speculative plays in here. And there's not a lot of news on these. I go through several different searches to scour to find stocks like these for you. These are not designed, again, to put into your retirement portfolio. That's not what these are for. These are speculative plays. So I'm just going to look at these graphs, all of them, real quick. Let's bring this up. I'm going to put these on a 3-month graph. I'm going to put these on because they're speculative plays. I want to see if they've got any real gumption behind them, any chutzpah. Oh, I like that. Any chutzpah. Boom. Look at that. Amplify energy in the petroleum space, which is one of the hottest sectors, which is the hottest sector. It's moving up. It's a low dollar stock. That's also part of what I'm looking for when it comes down to speculative plays. Low dollar stocks. I like it's above the 20-day exponential moving average and just recently went above a level of resistance. I'm going to change this, though. I'm going to change the layout to be more do I want this one? No. I want trade. There we go. 3 and the 8 RT volume. I like the 3-8 cross over this level, bouncing off a level of support, moving up, broke the resistance. I'd go 5 cents higher than the high. Volume is okay. It's not great. It's okay. RT is above 1. The stock's in an uptrend. Okay. Now, why do I like this? I like the pullback. I like the bottom left, top right. Nice run up, pulled back. I like this run, finding a level of support, bouncing. The 3-8 just crossed today. The 3-8 just crossed that on bigger volume than the previous day. I like a stock that can come off support, the 3-8 cross on bigger volume. I like this play. Now, it's $1.30. I'm going to give you a profit target of the most recent high. It's only 8 cents higher than where it is right now. If nothing else, I would play that up to 8 cents, take half off the table, and see if it can run higher. I like that RT is above 1 and rising. I love when I can find a trade coming off support, nice open candle, 3-8 crossing on good volume. So this is something I want you to keep, and that's ARREF. Again, speculative play. Wow. BBD, bank, I'm telling you, banks are going to be the beneficiary of rising interest rates. Look at that stock. Now, there's one thing that I don't like about that. Anybody looking at that graph can tell me what they don't like about that stock. There's only one thing I don't like. You guys know how I trade and what I look for in a graph. What don't I like about this stock? Somebody type it in the room. I know you know. I know you know. What don't I like? Stock's hitting a new high today. Nice open candle, no wicks at the top, anything. What don't I like? There you go. You guys know me. What I don't like is as the stock's price is rising, that volume is falling. That is a bearish divergence. Now, when I sit here and I tell you that these are speculative plays, I mean that. I love the price action on the stock, but I want you to be aware of what's going on with volume. I want you to be aware of what's going on in volume, all right? But that price action and that rising RT makes it so it could be a really good speculative play. Just watch the volume. Just watch the volume, all right? What else is in here? Let's go see. Shipping companies. Man, shipping companies are hit or miss. When they are making money, they are great. When they ain't making money, they suck. What I do like about Diana Shipping right now, look at that pullback, hammer formation, reversal. Look at that, moving higher. All right, I do like it. And again, it's more of a speculative play. It is definitely more of a speculative play. Beautiful open candle today, very little wick at the top. I'm not feeling the volume again, though, all right? And that just leaves me room to pause. As I see that, it just leaves me room to pause, and it helps to solidify that the play is a speculative play. It helps to solidify that this play is a speculative play. It's a lower dollar stock, the 3-8 cross here. Just be careful with it, all right? Just be careful with it. Why did I like this? I saw the big volume. I don't like this anymore. I used to like this. Yeah, I'm not feeling this. Joey, it sounds like Glenn's mic has poor connection or bad cable. He sounds erratic, sometimes low for few words, like he may be touching his cable. Here's my cable. My cable's right here. And it's in there nice and tight. The other end is plugged into the USB in the computer, so I'm not sure. Mike seems to be very sensitive how you speak into it. Pops real. That's that gain, Joey. That's that gain. That's why the gain is where it's picking up. And if it's popping, that means it's really picking up. That hasn't happened before. It's really picking up. So it's very interesting. We're working around with the mic right now. How do you add the RT ranking to your sort? Renee, the RT ranking can only be put onto industries or sectors. Roger says, yeah, it's booming. I know. I'm going to change that real quick. All right. Tell me how this sounds. Tell me how this sounds. Does this sound better or does it sound worse? All right, does it sound better or does it sound worse? All right, so we're working around with the mic, but that whole gain thing in the back was it's picking up everything. It says very quiet, lower. Roger says better. Joey, can you bump me up as far as volume? I need to change that away. Can you? Bill says worse. The other end came out loud, and that's the gain. It's been okay all the time. All right. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to split the difference. That's what we'll do. We'll split the difference. All right. I don't know why I like this stock. I don't like it anymore. Don't even look at this. I don't know what I liked about it. Whatever it is, it's gone away. Same thing with this stock. Oh, I know why I like this one. This has got rising volume. A little bit of give back today. The 388 looks like it's going to cross today. But a lot of selling pressure. I did like this because the volume was picking up. I did like this because, move your mic to your left. Sigh. Joey, are you here? Are you hearing this, Joey? Talk to me. Sigh. I don't see him. I think he left me. Bad cable is my vote. Man, I'm the only one that goes through cables over here. I don't know. All right. So those are my speculative plays. The last two I really didn't like. Let's go this one. Today's big movers. So I go to a search called Searches Price Volume. And I look at a search called Daily Boomers. All right, to look at what stocks are in the system that are greater than $2 that are up at least 10% today. All right, so that's the big movers. Let's go to I've got there wasn't a lot this morning, believe it or not. Let's sort this by percentage price change. Big movers today, 1, 2, 3, 4. This was part of the DWAC, the Donald Trump platform, social media platform. This tied into that when that first came out. I did a video on that on YouTube. When that first came out, Foon was part of that, and it was moving up. So it's starting to move up again. Spirit Airlines, Peloton, I'm going to take out. We'll put in these. Talking about Tyson Foods. Tyson Foods is in here. Has anybody else had an issue with trying to buy chicken? Has anybody had, in where you're all living right now in your respective places, has anybody had an issue with buying chicken? Because in Mooresville right now, we having a big issue trying to find chicken. So I don't know if it's just us locally or if anybody else is out there having any issues about being able to find and buy chicken. A lot of stocks have been moving down from this morning. Yep, energy, the market pulled back. If we go to the graphs, there's the market today, energy. There's the market today. From 9:30 this morning, look at that. There it is. And now the market's trying to make a bounce coming off this low of 62.38 based on the VectorVest composite. Down in New Bern, it's hit or miss at Walmart. Yes, few cuts and less on the shelves. Publix, no problem. Aldi's was short. The price of chicken has become outrageous. I'm considering stealing. Oh, gosh, Roger. I'm taking your name off. Sigh. I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't want you. It's not even just chicken wings, Global. It's not even just chicken wings. I'm talking about chicken breasts, chicken thighs. So that's what I'm saying. All right, so somebody was saying that the market was off from its highs, and it is. It definitely is. All right, let's go back to the viewers. Let's take a look at these 4 stocks. These are our big movers today. I put these on to my quad thingy. Let's go peep them out. Shoot them up in there. Interesting. Look at Hut. Hut came out the gate this morning hot. Pulled back, found a level of support. Cryptos came out the gate this morning hot. And look at that. Now the 3H just crossed. I like the move. Is this giving you a day trade opportunity? It's got to get through 2 levels of resistance first. All right, Foon came out the gate. Notice that it never really faded the gap. Where's that? It never really faded the gap. There it is. Boom. Came down, the 3.8 failed, found support, went back up, never broke through resistance, came back. It's also setting up, but we just saw that the market looks like it's trying to move up again. Come on, with the bounce back to the upside. Oh, yeah, okay. I am liking Hut. BITF, I'm not feeling that too tough. And Tyson, I'm not feeling that, but I am feeling Hut. Keep your eye on that. All right, what else I got? Wall Street bet stocks, the top 11. Normally I have 12, but one of their top, in their top 12, one of the stocks we don't track. Here's the top 12 most talked about stocks on Wall Street bets. Peloton is the bigger mover out of all of that. So everybody's out there talking, Wall Street bets could help or hurt a stock at any given day. Could either hurt or help a stock at any given day. All right, that's it for today. Now, let's go take a look at some of your stocks. Today, I haven't done that in a while, so I'm going to bring up JP Morgan, Pfizer. What other stocks you want me to look at today? Let's go take a look at them. If you like what you saw today, folks, let's get away with at least 100 likes today. Let's get away with at least 100 likes today. And I'm happy for the people who have subscribed to the channel today. Thank you very much for doing so. I appreciate that. VEV, Goldman Sachs, BKKT, GT, Google, GOOGL, REXR, Senseonics. Man, I haven't heard that for a minute. SoFi, WEBS, I like it, says Sonny. Peloton, we already looked at Peloton. BKKT is already in there, Jay. MOS, Mosaic, Urban One, yeah, Mara, BTU, couple more. OWN, Semiconductor, and Builder, BLDR. All right, those are my stocks I'm going to look at today. Let's go through them real quick. I'm going to put them on a 3-month graph. 17 stocks, graph them. I'm going to put them on a 3-month graph, and I want to look at these from a swing trade perspective. So I'm going to go to Glenn. Where is it? Swing. So I got the 20-day exponential moving average. Got to make sure. It's a 20-day, and put this on a 3-month graph. Mosaic, over the last 3 months, higher than it was 3 months ago. Watch the earnings per share, still higher than it was 3 months ago, but pulling back a little bit. Watch that. Stock is trading at a level of resistance. If you own it, leave it alone. If you don't own it, I'd wait to go 12 cents higher than the high. Manage the trade, use that 20 or some kind of a moving average to manage your trade. Next one, Google, even after the split. Where's the split? It doesn't show yet. Interesting. Even after the split, the stock's price is pulling back a lot. Why? I don't have a real solid reason why. But man, look at that jump up. Look at that pullback. But even with the pullback, the stock is still above the 20-day exponential moving average. Earnings still looks good. So if you own it, if you're willing to give it some room, use that 20-day exponential moving average as a way to get out. If you're not in it, I'm not buying it right now. Or a lot of you say, man, you're going to buy it on sale. That's fine. Then wait for the stock to stop going down and start going up before you buy it. Oh, it doesn't split to this summer. Thank you, Energy. But you would think that with that news, it should push it higher. But man, did it pull back? Builders. I like this stock, just not right now. Currently below the 20-day exponential moving average. And number two, it's sitting in a little bit of a channel with a support level of 63.55 and a resistance of 72.30. So it's about a $10 channel. Excuse me. It's about a $10 channel, but currently below the 20-day exponential moving average. I do like earnings. Earnings looks good, but right now is not the time, and it's a sell recommendation. The stock's got great upside potential with relative value nicely above the value of one. It's got great upside potential. It's a safe stock, just not the right time to be in it. It's not the right time to be in it. Thank you for that, Energy, letting me know that the split still has to be approved. Webs, it's an ETF short. Pull back. Currently above the 20-day exponential moving average. Volume is picking. You got to make a call. I'd rather be in a stock that I know it's moving up. It is currently above the 20-day exponential moving average. Even after this pullback, you got to make the call. You remember that? You make the call. You guys remember that commercial? Type a yes in the room if you remember that. Way back in football days. You make the call. And this is one of those times right here where you got to make the call. I like the bottom left to the top right. I'm not feeling all of this. That's just real. I'm not feeling all of that. I'd rather have you in a stock. I'd rather have you in a stock that's moving up. All right. Pfizer, I still think out there, relative value, relative safety, fundamentally sound stock that's been around forever. The first vaccine to get FDA approval, and for the life of me, look at that. I did videos back here. Sky is and the stock has gone up higher than the time when I did the video. And the next one is going to be Moderna is now FDA approved, and both of them look a lot alike. You think that they would just be rocketing, but Cody says, I put a call on it today. Which stock, Cody? Which stock? So Pfizer's just moving down. I just be careful with it. Come on, NVAX. Oh, gosh. We're going to look at NVAX in a second. On why such low earnings on Pfizer? Earnings on Pfizer is at $5.63, and it's got a good earnings growth rate. That's about a tenth of the price, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's right in line. It's about a tenth of the price. I don't think, Bill, that's a low. I'm thinking that that's right in line. I love the earnings growth. I just don't understand why the stock's price is going down. On WBS. Oh, you bought a call? You bought a call on WBS? Just be careful with it. That's all I got to say about that, man. BTU energy stock. I do like the steady up move here. Let's draw a freehand line from this low. I do like the steady upward move. All right, don't get me wrong. I like the earnings per share. Don't get me wrong. Let's make that show up. Ooh, I'd like to see the stock take out that prior high. Not only do I want to see the lows getting better, I want to see the highs getting better. I do like the earnings. It is higher than it was 3 months ago, but it's pulling back a little bit. The volume is there, so the conviction behind the move is definitely there. Just recently went above, but look how it did that before and fell hard to a level of support, which is also part of that trend line. Down day to day, does that mean panic? No. If you're in it, leave it alone. If I'm not in the stock right now, I definitely am looking to run above that level of resistance first. I do like to trend up higher. Watch the volume. Watch the earnings. Own Semiconductor. I like the move up. Man, I love the volume behind it too. I like that it's breaking through a current level of resistance. The stock's still got a ways to go to break above that high. I do like the early move of the I got the 20-day exponential moving average. So with today's activity, it's above the 20-day exponential moving average and broke through a level of resistance. It's got 2 more levels of resistance to get through. It's got 2 more levels of resistance to get through. So just keep your eyes on that. Nice open candle today on beautiful volume. You can't fight that. All right, you can't fight that. Goldman Sachs, love the earnings. Love the earnings. Love the bounce off support. Recently, just mingling with that 20-day exponential moving average. Moving averages are only good when a stock is trending, whether it's up or down, but not when a stock is moving sideways. So in this case, let's do this. I'm going to add a parameter, a technical indicator. Let's go add stochastics. Let's go see if this stock is overbought or oversold. No. Actually, the stock is almost at a level of being overbought. Yeah, look at that. Be careful with that. The stock is nicely above the, if I want to see a stock, I want to see this. I want to see a stock's price break above that coming out of the level of being oversold. Do you understand that? Type a yes in the room if you understand that. When I see a stock break above the 20-day exponential moving average or any moving averages, if I have another indicator like stochastics, I want to see the stock just coming out of that oversold. Right now, the stock is at a level of being overbought, right at resistance. Be careful with it. All right, it's right at a level of being overbought, right at resistance. Be careful with it. All right. Next stock. Let's go take off stochastics though. Next stock. JP Morgan, banking stocks again. They're gonna be the cat's meow. They really, really are. Down day to day, right at that 20-day. If you're in it, don't panic. You've got 2 ways to get out of the stock. One, breaking below that 20-day exponential moving average, and you got a level of support. You got a beautiful level of support. Use those 2 if you're in it because you probably made a good little piece of money right here. Don't give it all away. Don't throw it all away, 'cause I don't want to be the one who has to beg you to stay. And I don't want to be the one who sang that song. Ooh, I just took you all back in time. Those were the baby making days. Those are the red cup days in the basement. Ooh, I just took you back a little bit right there. Ooh, all right. I love the earnings per share. Down day today, not a day to panic, though. Not a day to panic. All right. Urban One. No, JPM versus WFC. I don't have the both of those. I'm not going to do that for you today, Bill. I looked at one of them. Put them on the graph, Bill. Put them on the graph, Bill. You can see. Oh, thank you. Energy said I needed crickets. Okay, I needed crickets. Urban One is at a super level of support. Broke through a level in a tight channel. Broke through a level of resistance. Pulling back, testing that now as a level of support. I need to see some volume. I need to see the stock get out of its own way with volume. I got to see that. REXR, RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. RESPECT. Look at the stock. Look at me. Okay. Yep. I'll do that as well. REXR, love the earnings per share, leveling out. Stock currently below the 20-day exponential moving average. Bounced up, came back down. Yeah, I'd be careful with REXR. That stock not only needs to get above the 20-day, it needs to do so with good volume. Prior to that, though, the stock looked great. And then it didn't start looking so great some more, so just be careful with it. Goodyear Tire. That's a sideways move. Coming off that high, the stock is sitting in a sideways move right now and currently below the 20-day. Earnings looks good. Not the right time because the stock is below. Look at the wick today. Tried to break through. Selling pressure is there. Let's go to the next one. Wow, Vive Motor. There's another stock like somebody keeps telling me about Vicinity Motor that it's a great stock. It's in that electric space. I see the move on big volume from Friday to today. Tell you what. This is what I need this stock to do. See that gap right at that level of 430? I need to see the stock break through that level of 430 before I'm willing to talk about getting into it. I do like the move above the 20-day, but where did it stop? Right at that gap level. Stopped right at that gap level. Until this stock can overcome that gap, I don't care what the news is on it. I'm playing price action right now, folks. You're welcome. We Views number one. You're welcome, my friend. This is what I'm looking for. That's a solid level of current resistance. Let me see this stock break through that resistance on good volume. Then I'm ready to jump on board. Not until then. They've partnered with Xro and have a large portion of market share in Canada. And we all know what's going on with Xro right now. Until that gets leveled out. And I've done some work on this because somebody told me about this stock. Was it you, Energy? Somebody told me about this stock. So I've done some work on it. But I need the stock to come to me. And right now, I'm setting it up right now. It's got to break above that level of the big gap down and do so on above average volume. That's what I'm looking for. All right. A couple of other stocks left. Mara, we all know that crypto has been getting spanked like a rented. I'm not going there because I could go so many different ways. But look at the move. I liked a little bit of an uptake here. This could be a good early entry sign right now with the stock. Look at that. Long downtrend. That moving average is actually serving as a great trend line. Look at that. It's breaking above. Does it have some testicular fortitude to break through that? All right. I'm like, that could be a good early sign, folks. That was David Paul's quote, by the way. I'm liking that on good volume. I would keep my eye on Mara. All right. What else? Sensionics, Cody. Is that you, Cody? This is a stock I should have had an alert on it. I do like this stock. I should have freaking had an alert on it. Don't know why I didn't, but I should have. Because I'm liking what I see here. I don't like today's candle. Today's candle is a little wick at the top, and right at that level of resistance. Right at that level of resistance, which is sitting at 372. All right. Love the volume on it, though. I don't like the pullback in earnings. Earnings still higher than it was 3 months ago, but I don't like the pullback on earnings. All right. What else? But I do. It's stopping right at resistance. Ooh. BKKT. Sort of like the Mara trade, right at that trend line / moving average, or 20-day exponential moving average. I'd like to see it. Oh, look at that. And it's breaking through on above average volume. I would keep that on my radar because it's breaking through that downward trend on above average volume. I'd keep my eye on that. All right. Stop, Carol. I can't put that up there. Nope. Carol, I can't, I'm hiding that. I can't put that up there. I can't put that up there, Carol. Wow. Wow, that even made me blush a little bit. Wow. Oh, gosh. Wow. All right. Wow. Yeah, wow, I'm blushing. All right, let's go to the next. Let's go to the last stock. Whoo, SoFi. Ooh, SoFi. You blow my mind. Okay, hit that up there again. I'm not feeling this right now. Currently below the 20-day exponential moving average. Now, there is a positive sign to that. The stock's price is going down, but volume is decreasing. So maybe the selling pressure is not as strong as it was back here. And the earnings, though, I don't like the earnings over the last 3 months. All right, so those are my stocks for you. Man, where's the one I want, Joey? Dagnabbit. Yeah, that one. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here today. How many? We got 108 likes. You guys stayed here for the majority. A lot of you stayed here all the way through, which is awesome, which means I kept your attention, and that's awesome. Thank you for the questions. I appreciate that as well. Thank you for the feedback in answering the questions that I put out for you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. And if you subscribe to the channel, I want you to hit the bell icon so that you will always be alerted to when new stuff like this comes out. We do this every week, every Monday. And today you actually found some trade possibility of trades to take today. I set them up for you, knowing what to look for before you pull the trigger on them. But it's not going to always happen every Monday. All right, and we go with the flow of the market. That's why it's called midday market. We go through the flow of what's going on today and show you how to use the power of the software to help you to make some decisions. Don't forget, 99 cents gets you 30 days access to everything that I did here for you today. www.vectorvest.com/YT for YouTube. All right, so no, I don't have the Jockey Club tomorrow. I have the Jockey Club on Wednesday. For those of you who are new, that is our live trading room for people who have something called the Derby tool. It's a whole different thing, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It is our live trading room for subscribers to the Derby. I have it on probably on Wednesday and Friday. All right. Should be Patrick tomorrow. All right. Roger says, thanks, gents. Did I take that? Thanks, gents. I try never to miss. It's a great way to start my week. And again, folks, thank you guys so much for being here today. All right. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Salam, shalom, namaste, auf Wiedersehen, Todd Scenes, yasu. Till the next time, folks. See ya.